people. You're not a race. You are a virus. You destroy the world. Everything beautiful you poison. You drag us from our homes, you rape our spines, and do all you can to break our will. You stab us. Then you put the knife in our hand and tell us it's our fault. And if you don't do it yourself, you stand by, close your eyes, and pretend there's nothing wrong. And then you pray to your God that it's not your fault. It's the only way you know how to be. And the only thing that will change anything is if another virus comes along and does to you what you do to us.
That's right.
And I hope that happens very soon.
That's because they are the beast.
The Smithsonian has issued a relative gag order on all history before 1492. Morton stated explicitly, the mound builders were an American Indian race of great antiquity and did not migrate from Asia. Their physical form has remained essentially unchanged in their descendants. In short, the appearance of the indigenous American has not changed over time and does not have Asian features. These people, more so than any other race, are more uniquely suited for this environment than any other region on Earth.
What is evil? Is it destroying people across the world? Is it raping people? Is it attacking unarmed men with dogs and watching them? Is it sitting by, watching the same race you conquer destroy itself as you perpetuate the outcome? Then, as you express your insensitivity to the carnage that you caused, increase the devastation by destroying their mindsets only. But what if I told you this had been going on for 1,000 years or better? Allow me to show you. The true identity of these people is the biggest conspiracy of all time, and the heathen has labored tirelessly to hide this truth from all. But today, the identity will be revealed legitimately for all to see. History is a lie. Chronology is a lie. History is nothing more than the imagination of the conquerors. Sexual selection has played a major part in the true identities of the pale race, and that is the information missing from the rhetoric of academic history. I assert my kind and kinsmen. I instill and introduce my sense of superiority and privileged nature. Indo figuratively means I impart or give to, apply to, oppose on, attach to, I name after, or for, I bestow. Allow me to take you back to a time when the true indigenous Europeans resided in that land and tell you exactly what happened. The barbaric and nomadic Indo-Europeans emerged from the steppes of the Siberian plains in the Caucasus region in the 3rd and 5th century of the Common or Christian era and invaded Europe. The Alemanni claimed the throne of Germania, a Roman province, in the 3rd century of the Common Era or Christian era, and were known as Germanic tribes, and they called themselves the Germans, after hijacking the name from the Romans of Germania. At this time, the indigenous people realized that they were being attacked by people that were Magogalized, and they had escaped from the prison which Alexander had constructed for them. These descendants of Cain were ruthless in their attacks and had to be locked away in the mountains with metals to prevent them from escaping by Alexander. These people were not of the righteous, but something much more eviler. It had to be put away in the pass of Dariel, and there they stayed. But one day they were prophesied to escape. Several of these Germanic tribes and early Indo-Europeans branched off into several subtribes. After carefully tracking these usurps and invasions of the Germanic subtribes, we can see who their descendants are today. Burgundy Germans are now the Swiss. The Franks, who invaded Gaul, which became France, are now the French. The Lombards, who invaded Italy, are today's Italians. The Anglos or Angles, Frisians and Jutes that invaded Britain are now the English. And that would be you. After the entirety of Europe fell under the control of the heathen or Germans, the pale invaders began to set their sights on Turtle Island, or what they truly knew as Egypt, or what many know as the Americas. It's been said that the House of Aragon and Castile had no prior knowledge of the American lands. Their expectation for apathetic ignorance is beyond reason. There was trade going on, and even more relevant, the fact that Japheth, Shem, and Ham began their earliest lineages on these lands suggests that there's no way that the Pale people could have known about the Americas before. Vikings and Mongoloids both settled in the land of Shem. These people had broken the oath, meaning that their lineage had been cursed. However, the brother Esau settled in the land of Japheth, amongst the killers and thieves of the Gentile lands. Could this mean in Europe, the Negro people were descendants of Esau and the atrocities happened to them? Most of this information we simply can't be certain of, but one thing we definitely can be certain of: these events all took place on the land of the Gentiles. Next time on Holocaust 4, the true reason why you weren't taught in school who you really are. The real reason why the Pale race traveled across seas to find you, Shemitic people. Also, how did they know for certain that you were there in the Americas? How did Mexico come into being? And last but not least, why does the entire world refuse to acknowledge the copper nations of the Americas? All this and more next time on Black to Aboriginal TV.